I'll stay muted. Oh. Sorry, guys.
Kerrie and I are in the same space today, so this isn't working very well.
Hang on. I wonder.
I'm going in the office.
Hang on.
Are we sorted?
If I mute here. Sorry, everybody. How's that? Is that better?
Oh, much better. Can you hear Kerrie?
Can you hear me? I'm going to have to speak loudly and annoy Annie.
Hi, Bronwyn. We're both in the same space today. Kerrie and I had a workshop today, so we're both in my house. And that's why we've got the echo, because instead of being in two separate houses, we're sitting in the same space at my table. And that's why we got the echo. But I always say, like, where would rock and roll be without feedback? So we're rocking and rolling, and we've got rid of the feedback. So it's all good.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
So sorry about that. And this is the first time that we've actually been in the same space.
Yep.
When we have gone live. So that's unusual.
It is.
Hi, Marie. How are you? Good to see you online. So we have a meditation for everyone tonight. And that meditation is going to go just a little bit longer today, because it's actually going to take you on a full guided meditation, all to do with the topic that we're talking about tonight, which is the law of giving and receiving. So it'll give everyone a bit of a background around this particular law when we go into the discussion. So I hope everyone enjoys that.
Now, we've got a few people on, but we know that there are actually a few more people coming. So we might just have a chitter-chatter before we actually start.
So how was everyone's week?
I've still got puppies. I've got one that I'm keeping and two other ones. And we did some exercises today, and I was trying to give puppies to the winner, and nobody would take my puppies. So I've got two little tiny puppies that are just gloriously beautiful that I'm desperately trying to get rid of. So if you know anybody that wants a puppy, just ask everybody you know. Everybody you know.
Oh, Anne-Marie, you'll be really proud of me, because I have resisted so far, and my favy is still here. So I've got to be careful.
We've got one called Sash and one called Patch. And Patch is a Suki Lala puppy. He likes to sit on your knee, and he likes getting patted and petted. And the other one, I was in the kitchen, which is upstairs in my house, and the doggies are kept downstairs, which is where Kerrie and I are at the moment. And I turned around from the kitchen sink, and there was a puppy in my living room. It had snuck up the stairs. And they are gorgeous. They're absolutely beautiful, but I can't keep them all. You know, and I cry every time they leave. But at the moment, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to cry with joy. It will bring me joy when they go to their forever home. So
me too, AJ. Sash is my favorite. I've got to be so careful.
Suki Lala puppy.
Yeah.
He's gorgeous, though.
He is gorgeous. He is gorgeous. Okay, well, we might start. I think people will start to jump on. So really, we're just going to go into the meditation, and I've actually done a pre-recorded one. Now, it is me that pre-recorded it, but I just want to do a little bit of a shout out to Vibro Sound, the beautiful Catherine from Vibro Sound. Hi, Rachel. because she has given us copyright permission to be able to use her incredible healing tracks as backing tracks for our meditation. So I did a pre-recorded one, which will take everyone through the law of giving and receiving. So if you just sit so that you're comfortable, and we'll start that recording in just a moment. Braveheart. Yeah, he is a Braveheart. Hello, Rachel. You made it home. All good. Okay, so if everyone's ready, we'll start the meditation. You ready, Annie? Right for me to go?
Oh. I'm learning how to type.
Sit so that you are comfortable. Feel your feet on the floor and the feel of the chair beneath you. If you would like to, you may close your eyes. Focus your attention on your breathing. Don't try to force it in any way. Just let it come and go naturally. Now, with each inhale, imagine the air you are breathing is a luminous white light, cleansing and rejuvenating every part of your body. With each exhale, feel yourself releasing all impurities, tensions, and stresses in your body and mind. Breathe in the luminescent white air. Feel it cleansing and rejuvenating. Breathe out and feel yourself releasing all tensions and stresses. As you continue to be aware of your breathing, feel the pure energy of the white light expanding within you. As you do this, the glowing light extends outside of you, and you feel yourself completely enfolded within this luminous white light energy. Within this light, feel your connection with the pure divine source energy. You are protected and safe and open to increasing your well-being and alignment to the essence of your true self. Whilst in this space, I invite you to focus on the sound of my voice and bring to mind our journey of discovery through the universal spiritual laws of success. As we open to the insights and absorb the law of giving and receiving. To embrace this practice and experience true fulfillment on your journey to co-creating the life of your dreams. The law of giving and receiving is simply that everything in the universe operates through dynamic exchange. Every relationship is one of give and take, because giving and receiving are different and equal aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. If we stop the flow of energy, we interfere with nature's intelligence. We must give and receive to keep money, relationships, abundance, or anything we want circulating in our lives. With an awareness of the importance of thoughts, emotions, and words, understand that currency, our word for money, derives from a Latin word meaning to run or flow. Money is a symbol of the life energy we give and the life energy received as a result of a service we provide to others. Like a river, money must keep flowing, otherwise it begins to clog and stagnate. Circulation keeps it alive and vital. If we stop the circulation of life energy, if our intent is to hold on to our money and hoard it, we stop its ability and circulation back into our lives. The intention behind our giving and receiving is the most important thing. When the act of giving is joyful, when it's unconditional and from the heart, then the energy behind the giving increases many times over. But if we give grudgingly, there is no energy behind that giving, and the gift is not truly given and will not cause increase in the flow of energy. As you sit in this energy of the white light, feel yourself extending love out into the universe, and keep the energy within you to be receptive to the love the universe is sending back. Now feel the emotion of appreciation as you bring your attention to the wondrous beauty of our Mother Earth and all her inhabitants. And keep this energy within you to be receptive to the attention and appreciation of you. The universe will send back. Now feel the emotion of the joy of helping others to experience material abundance and happiness. Keep the feeling of that energy within you, and you will become receptive to the blessing of material abundance and all the good things in life. As you begin to silently bless everyone with all the good things in life, you will keep the abundance of the universe circulating in your life. Abundance has material expression, but what is really circulating is consciousness. Even the thought of giving a blessing or a simple prayer has the power to affect others. We are, at every moment, extending our thoughts through an emotional vibration into the vibrational energy of the universe. And our thoughts and intent has the power to transform. Experience the law of giving and receiving by giving a gift to everyone you come in contact with. This doesn't have to be in the form of material things. The gifts of caring, affection, appreciation, and love are some of the most precious gifts you can give. When you meet someone, silently send the person a blessing. This kind of silent giving is very powerful. Give wherever you go, and as you give, you will receive. As you receive, then your ability to give will increase, and the more you'll experience and gain confidence in the miraculous effects of this law. In this space, surrounded and connected to pure divine source energy, you can feel and understand that there is nothing you lack, because your true essence is one of pure potentiality and infinite possibilities. The source of abundance, joy, and well-being is the field of pure potentiality that knows how to fill every need, and giving and receiving is the flow of life in harmonious interaction between all the elements and forces that structure the field of consciousness and existence. The exchange of energy is a process that has its own timing, organization, and beauty. Your life will unfold in the same way. Everything that comes to you isn't something you earn, but a gift freely given by the universe, which means it comes from a deep awareness of what you need. Think of all the things that have been freely given to you without you having to ask for them. Staying receptive to receiving and experiencing gratitude and appreciation allows you to participate in the law of giving and receiving. The universal spiritual law of nature supports your every need and desire, including your need for joy, love, laughter, harmony, and knowledge. As you seek these things not only for yourself, but for others, as part of the energy exchange of giving and receiving, you will exist within this flow, and therefore all else will spontaneously come to you. When you return to this time and space, you are now bringing with you an understanding that will allow you to experience the miraculous law of giving and receiving. You will spontaneously give a gift to everyone you encounter. It may be a compliment, a flower, or a prayer. This begins the process of circulating joy and affluence in your life and in the lives of others. You will graciously and gratefully accept and receive every gift that life offers you. You are open to receiving with appreciation, whether it be a material gift from others, a compliment, or a prayer, and the energy exchange of joy from giving and joy from receiving will be reciprocated, expanding the flow of abundance and well-being for all. You will silently wish everyone you encounter happiness, joy, and laughter, and the universe will return the same to you. In giving and receiving the gifts of caring, affection, appreciation, and love, you keep joy and abundance circulating in every part of your life. Now it is time to return to this time and space. Become aware of your feet on the floor and feel of the chair beneath you. Take a deep breath. Feel the resonance of energy flowing through you. And another. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes.
And we're back. Thank you for that, Kerrie. That was lovely.
You're very welcome.
Now, we posted that there's a secret, and I'm going to tell you the secret. I read for lots and lots of people. I speak with lots and lots of people, and I meet lots and lots of people, and they are all major givers. The majority of people that come into our sphere are people who are on the same kind of vibration as what we are, because that's what we attract. What you put out, you get back. So I meet a whole lot of people who are absolutely exhausted because all they do is give and give and give and give. Now, they're glorious, wonderful people, but sadly, they don't know how to receive. They're not good at that. They're also not good at asking. Like, I've got people in my life, hell would freeze over before they would ask for help. And my take on that is that if you think about how much joy it gives you to do stuff for others or to give stuff to others, it's just wonderful. I'll see something. I was at a thing with Kerrie on Friday night, and there was a baseball boot that had been turned, it was clay, and it had been turned into flowers, a vase thing with little flowers growing in it. And I took one look at it, and my daughter-in-law, it's her birthday this week, and she wears cons all the time, and this is this green lace-up con. And I thought, what a perfect gift for Kat, and that made me happy, because I thought she'll really like that. That will really sit nicely with her. So that feeling of when you choose something for somebody or you do something for somebody makes you happy. So conversely, when you ask people to do things for you or ask for help, it makes them feel valued. It makes them feel happy. It brings them joy. So stop faffing around and ask people for what you need. A lot of people don't, if anybody does stuff for them, they feel guilty because they feel that they should have done it, or that it makes them feel, I don't know, inadequate in some way. If somebody does something, if my husband does something for me, I think, I should have done that. But that's absolute rubbish. When he does things for me, I say thank you, big claps, thank you very much. I'm really grateful that you've done this for me. And same with words. Kerrie in her meditation said giving people compliments. And people say, well, I don't have anything to give. But words are really powerful. If you want your child to be stupid, tell them they're stupid. If you want your child to be smart, tell them they're smart. If you want your child to have lots of self-confidence and be assertive, tell them that they've got lots of self-confidence and they are assertive. Now, I did that with my daughter, and now she's assertive with me, and I hate it. But that's the way of the world. But, you know, people take your words on board. So it's really, really important that you choose your words wisely. So, you know, if you with your partner, if you're going to whine and whinge about them all the time, that's what's going to come back to you. Whereas if you're appreciative of what they do and tell them you love them, because that's what will come back. If you're forever saying you can't do anything right, we can't do this, blah, 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 the minute you put a can't in front of it, you've put boundaries and barriers up. So you need to not do that. You need to watch your words and be really careful. The other thing is cupboards. Now, because I'm now no longer important and I'm not an executive anymore, I had all these clothes that were business attire, and I've hung on to them. I've moved house with them and hung on to them for the last 3 years. And it was kind of, well, just in case I might have to go back to a proper job. And I gave away 5 bags of clothes and shoes and stuff that was sitting in the wardrobe that I'm never going to ever wear again. The thing that does is, in giving it away, I got joy from 1, clearing my wardrobe, and 2, giving it to an organization that works with vets. And they were delighted because they got all this really high quality clothing and shoes and stuff, and men's stuff as well, because they don't get a lot of that. So everybody was happy. The other thing that did, though, was it made space in my wardrobe. So now there's space for me to give myself some nice floaty, flirty, hippy dippy clothes, which is what I need now.
Come back in.
It can come back in, yeah. The other thing too is I have had absolutely no money. I have been absolutely broke. Now, I have this attitude that if I've got no money, the Lord will provide. And it always works. It always happens. God knows where it comes from. I don't, but He does, because it just kind of drops in. So Kerrie also mentioned that hoarding stuff. You know, if your purse is full or your bank account is full, there's no space for any more. So when I go shopping, now that I actually have money, I don't have lots of money, but I've got enough, which is all I need. I'm really grateful that I can pay to buy chocolate, and that when and it's for me, I know there's a lot of people that don't have the money to maybe buy chocolate or to buy something that they want. So for me, it gives me joy to be able to spend that money and buy things that I like. And then when I open my cupboards and there's all this stuff in it, or, you know, like food and stuff, that brings me joy, because I think I'm not going to be hungry because I've been hungry. And I think as a single mom, I think we've all done it. Kerrie also, we've missed meals to feed our children, or we've missed meals to send them on trips, or we've had shitty clothes because we haven't had the money, uniforms and school hats that cost $60, all that stuff always had to come first. And somehow or another, we just managed to muddle through. But I just have so much faith that my bank account's never going to be empty. And this is hand on heart. I have no idea what's in my bank account, because I don't look. I just pay for things, and I make the assumption that the money's going to be there. And guess what? It always is. I pay my electricity bill with joy because I don't like the dark. It scares me. I pay the gas bill because I like to eat, and my stove is gas. And so all of these itty bitty things, this isn't big giant stuff. This is itty bitty things. And it's about change the paradigm. because that's the secret. Don't think petrol costs $2.22. For me, petrol's about freedom. I'm happy to put petrol in my car because that means I can go places. I'm not stuck at home. I'm blessed I've got a car. I love my car. So I feed it lovingly with petrol so I can get in it and go somewhere. And honest to God, that's the secret. It's about not thinking, I don't have enough money to put petrol in my car. Whack $20 in your car, whack $10 in your car, and go to a beach because it gives you joy. Or take your kids to school because it gives you joy. Or go and see a friend, or it doesn't matter. Even if it's only $20, whatever you can do it happily. Because it means you can do stuff. It means you can go places. It's not, I can't afford. You can always afford. It's when you start to hoard, there's no afford. I like that. I should write that down. Because again, with emotions and love and all that stuff, if you give it out, you get it back. If you're mean-spirited and grumpy and not happy, nobody likes you. So you're not going to get, So that's what gets flung back at you. If you're permanently depressed, I'll talk to people and I'll say to them, you're in a puddle. You need to get out of the puddle because you've spiraled your way down into this puddle. And as long as you feel that way and your energy's in that puddle, you're never going to get out of it. So do one thing every single day that's going to make you happy. Doesn't matter. Go dig in the dirt. Go for a walk. Talk to a dog. Lie on the grass, especially in Queensland. Lie on the grass, look at the sky and wait for a cloud to make a picture out of it. I don't care what you do. But you've got to move. Now, I also talk to, sorry, Kerrie, I'm rabbiting.
No, go.
But
go.
I also talk to all these people that are highly anxious. They suffer from mega anxiety about so much stuff. Now, my take on that is the energy of anxiety and that feeling when you're highly anxious. It's like that feeling of being on edge is the exact same feeling as excitement. No difference. So when shit happens and you get all anxious, flip it and think, oops, shit's happened. This is exciting. How am I going to deal with this? Because that's where I spend my life. Oh, help. Oh, my Lord, what next? Okay, am I going to sit in a puddle or am I going to get excited about this? Because the minute you get excited, you get creative. And that's when, if you can't do it by yourself, that's when you need to ask for help, not drown in your puddle. So flip your anxiety into excitement. It's the easiest thing to say. And honestly, if you think about being at the top of a roller coaster, waiting for it to go whoosh, that's that feeling. And that's the exact same feeling as anxiety. So instead of going down there for the ride and sitting like this and going, I'm going to die, hands in the air and scream and just let it take you on that ride. Because motivation and moving shifts your energy. And flipping that stuff into, well, what do I choose to be? Do I choose to be absolutely terrified or do I choose to be excited? And that's my secret.
I 100% agree with you, Annie. And look, getting to know all these beautiful people that join us in chat every fortnight, we do have a lot of givers in here and a lot of people that go, oh, I don't know that I'm not good at receiving, so that feeling of, okay, unraveling it and saying, do I feel unworthy? Is it that I feel guilty for taking things, particularly if that gift from the universe or the universe bringing something into your life comes through another person? Now, the universe is going to use whatever is convenient to bring something through to you for you to receive. But if you don't accept just willingly and graciously with appreciation, then you're stopping that flow. And if you think about the joy it gives you when you feel that you've helped somebody else, and that by not being that, giving that appreciation and accepting willingly back, you're stopping that other person's joy. So from wanting to do something good for you. So we need to just sort of flip that thinking. Something that I was thinking about, Annie, is it's not just the giving and receiving between people. I know we go there a lot because that's something tangible. You know, like someone brought me a gift and there was no reason for the gift, and I don't know why I got the gift, and you know, so it's all of that. But I think sometimes it can be bigger than that. And I started thinking about just the give and take that happens in the universe. And so if you were to imagine yourself, if you're in an orchard and it's winter, and the farmers are still looking after the trees, you know, they've the orchard trees, they've lost their leaves, but they're still making sure that they're watered and that they're tended and that they're looked after through the winter. And the farmer's doing that because he is willingly giving his care to the orchard trees. Right? He actually cares about that they grow strong and that they bear good fruit, and you know, so he's giving that energy out. And then when the spring comes, he starts to feed them with the nutrients and the fertilizers and, you know, waters them again and they grow. And then summer comes along and the trees produce this most beautiful fruit. So imagine it's your favorite fruit, whatever that be, mangoes or peaches or oranges or whatever you think you can smell in that orchard. And then the tree is actually giving back. Right? So when we are eating the fruit from the tree, it is still a giving and take exchange. And in return, that fruit is giving us nutrients and nourishing us. And you know how, you know, people would give grace or give thanks before eating. And I'm sorry I didn't get to do it, guys. I'll try and find it and post this later. But there was an incredible study that was done where people just eat their food. And then you go, well, how much of the nutrients from that food did you actually absorb? And then they did it with mindfulness, where they're actually savoring the flavor and appreciating the food and not just throwing it down, and they're actually absorbing it. And they did blood tests after that, and they realized that the body, when it's in that state of appreciation, absorbs so much more of the nutrients from what's coming through. So there's a give and take. And even if you think about trees, and I did post a picture of this one, was that, you know, trees exhale CO2, exhale oxygen, and we breathe that oxygen. In exchange, we're breathing out the CO2 and the trees absorb that. And there's another give and take energy exchange that we just take for granted and don't even realize that that's actually taking place. So it's this whole natural cycle of everything gives, everything takes. And if you can stay in that flow of abundance, then that's when everything can come into you. It's when you step away from that or have those feelings of, I'm not worthy, why did that person do that for me? I can't accept this because I feel like I might owe somebody something, you know, all of those. You are actually disconnecting from that natural flow. And in disconnecting, you're stopping all that great abundance from the universe flowing into you. So it's important, even though we are givers, to be accepting of the receive. So that's just another way of looking at it, because we do it with many things, not just with people. But with nature and animals and plants and everything around us.
Do you know what's lovely? Sunflowers, by virtue of their name, need the sun to grow. And if it's not sunny, sunflowers turn to each other and glow off the colours of each other because they're golden and yellow. So if it gets all dark and drab and overcast, they actually will turn and face each other, which is why when you buy sunflowers, they're all mangled and bent sometimes. They don't grow straight. They will if it's sunny, but they look at each other's wee faces. I love sunflowers. They're my very favourites. And that's where they keep their sunshine from each other. And if people could be like that, so
Mhm.
that's your homework. Be a sunflower. That's your work for this week. You need to be a sunflower, because again, it's the laws of nature. Rain doesn't think about raining, it just rains. And the rain falls down and the grass grows. And if you think about olive growers, olive trees take about 50 years to actually produce olives. So if you plant an olive tree, you're doing it for your great grandchildren because that's when the fruit's going to come. And that kind of stuff happens in nature all the time, all the time. And I think a lot of people have got not, it's not selfish, because selfish is a good thing. Being selfish means caring for yourself.
Mm.
It's scared. And I think a lot of the scared is because of the news, where all they say is this is going up and this is going up and this is going up and that's going up. And yes, it is. But as long as your energy keeps going up too,
Mm-hmm.
you'll keep pace with it. The minute you drop into, oh my God, where am I going to find this? You're not going to,
Mm-hmm.
because you've dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really about thinking, yep, okay, whatever. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you stay in that energy, people are living in fear, Donna.
Yeah.
And that's the news. And the news like that, because, I read a thing the other day. There used to be this guy, when I got here 37 years ago, there was this man called Brian Henderson, and he used to read the news. And that was what he did. He read the news. There was no commentary. There was no opinion. There was no sensationalism. There was no bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It was the news. It lasted half an hour, and it was the news. Now all this stuff comes on, and you'll hear half a story, or you'll hear the bit that's scary. You never really hear the other side. Every now and again they throw in, this is a good news story, and I think, oh, here we go. But it's all about sensationalism and keeping people in fear. And the thing about that is, don't watch the news, because it's all crap.
It'll keep you disconnected from source, staying in that space.
Yeah. And fear's a horrible space to be in. Fear is the absolute opposite of joy. Fear's a horrible place. The media is manipulated, and all this stuff comes on, and I think that's not news. And then what they're doing at the moment is they say, in tomorrow's news, we've got this, and I think, well, by tomorrow it's going to be history, so why don't you just tell me now it's news? Right. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
It's news.
Yeah.
Tell me. So they stir the pot, and it drops people's energy. So yeah, just turn it off, or don't listen to it, or think, that's interesting, and then just walk away. Don't get sucked in, don't get pulled down. Yeah, a lot of people don't watch the news anymore, because most of it, again, is sensational. It's all claptrap, and they want people to be afraid. They want people, and I don't know why. I think it's about power and control. And that's a really bad space. The only thing you can control is yourself and how you respond to external influences. It's called the locus of control. And the only thing you can control is how you are, how you feel, and how you respond. Anything that happens outside of that wee circle is none of your bloody business. Just let it all happen out there. Other people's behavior is not your problem. We tend to jump in quickly to try to sort things for people or fix things for people. And I know lots of people that are so good at giving that they spend their whole life putting band-aids on other people's broken legs. And that's not a good space to be in either. Some people need to walk that journey. So stay away from all that horrible low vibrational stuff and all that fear stuff and all that lack.
Yes.
We don't need lack.
No.
We need to assume that the universe will provide. And if you take that position, it always, always, always does.
But for everybody in our chat, because we've got to know you all quite well now, and we've got some new people, but we know most of you quite well. That is your homework. We want you to graciously accept, not just put out and give, but we want you to graciously accept. Because as that energy flow continues, and you've seen it before, that infinity symbol, that's exactly what that is. That's the energy flow. That's what it's trying to tell you. It's forever giving, receiving, giving, receiving. It's that whole energy flow of the universe. And that's how abundance comes to you. And that energy flow, when you're in the flow and you're connected, and you give without expectation of return, and you receive graciously in a different way, because the universe will always bring it back to you one way or another, right? Then you're raising that vibration exponentially, right? And that's where the abundance comes. That's where the joy comes, because you're staying in that frame of mind. And sometimes we can give and give and give to people, and sometimes it's taken for granted, or you feel that you've been taken advantage of. And in those moments you can feel the emotion of they don't really appreciate anything I've done, even though I've done it from the goodness of my heart and willingly. I'm just going to ask you in those moments to also think to yourself, should I change as a person, as the person that's willing and giving and caring and wants goodness or abundance? Because that's who you are. And so as you start to say, well, would I have changed it? No. Well, whether they're appreciative or not, if it helped them at the time, then that is the energy flow. Don't get so caught up in that, because the universe will always, always bring it back to you in another way, right? So it'll come through in different ways. But if you get caught up in that, oh, I do all this and they just don't appreciate it, and I have to say sometimes I have said that at times about some I've done this for this person, they don't even appreciate the help that I've given them. But it does come back in other ways. And the more that you stay in that flow of give, receive, give, receive, give, receive, that energy flows and everything starts to fall in place, and you will be astonished. And I refer to it as being miraculous. I have found that in the last few weeks, it has been miraculous, because whilst I'm receiving from other people and I'm giving out, and what has happened for me in the last few weeks, just test it out yourself, has been nothing short of miraculous, how everything has started to fall in place. And I tell you what, it is awesome when the universe just takes care of the details.
Yeah. This is something else. It's called the placemat theory. I really like this. So in the morning, while you're having your coffee, before you toddle off to work or whatever you're going to do on your day, if you just get a bit of paper and write a list of what you need to achieve that day, and then flip the placemat or the list over and write what you want the universe to do for you that day, and then walk away, because you don't need the list, because you've put it in the hands of the universe.
Mhm.
And the energy that you have put out there, the universe says, oh, she's got 42 things to do today, best be helping her. And stuff just is so much easier than writing the list and carting it around with you and looking at it getting longer. I know when I'm a list writer, I love lists. But if I did something that wasn't on the list, I would write it on the list because it made me feel good. And then I would take
So you can just write it down and cross it off.
Look what I did. I did something extra on my list. So crazy woman.
I love that.
I said I've got too much to do, so I'll just add that onto my list. So it is. Gail's just said it's setting an intention, and it is. And I understand that I cannot accomplish all of this in one day. So, come on, guys, help me out here.
Mm-hmm.
And what I find happens is that stuff just flows,
Mm-hmm.
or stuff that I thought I had to do off it pops with love and light, and I don't need to do it anymore because the universe is taking care of it. Or somebody will say to me, oh, I did this, and I'll think, thank you. Thank you, that was on my list. And in my head now, because I don't take my list, I leave it for the universe to deal with. I think, oh, I can take that one now. And it makes space for me to be able to do something else that was on my list. And like Kerrie calls it miraculous, I call it magic. It's just like magic. So have a bash, have a go, be a sunflower and write a list, and then tell the universe what their part of your list is, then walk away and leave it.
That's such a beautiful analogy. Be a sunflower, because not only do they turn to each other when they need to grab that energy, they also, as the sun moves across the sky,
they follow
it. So follow your sunshine, follow your joy, be open to receiving and receive graciously and give graciously without expectation of return, and the universe will always bring it back for you. Just know you deserve it, right? You do deserve it. Don't put the block in by thinking, oh, I don't know that I deserve.
Oh, you only get what you think you deserve.
That's right.
That's one of my favourites.
So that's part of that secret of giving and receiving. So, look, we've been talking a lot about that tonight, and I'm sure people are going to be wanting us to pull a card shortly, Annie. So if you would like us to pull a card for you, please put your questions into chat and we will answer as many as we can.
Now, Kerrie has her beautiful angel cards. And I made cards a long time ago. And I'm from Glasgow, so my cards are not beautiful angel cards. There's not a lot of angels in Glasgow. It's a hard city to grow up in. So Donna wants a card. Okay, Miss Donna. This is saying skip, jump, hop. That's a hopscotch. I can't walk past. You know how kids draw hopscotch in the street? I can't walk past them. I've got to hop, skip, and jump them. This is about don't sweat the small stuff. This is about you need to have some fun. I know how busy you are, and I know how frantic your life must be. So this card is about stop and smell the flowers, have some fun. Don't get all tangled up in the seriousness of things. Find something that brings you joy and go and do it.
And the angels are backing that up with a message for you that says, your intention should be today, I appreciate all that my body does for me. So they want you to hop, skip and jump and enjoy life, but also appreciate how the body just keeps going. And we sometimes take that for granted, that we breathe without thinking, and the nourishment from that as well. So they're asking you to appreciate that.
Jessie Cat. Okay, I don't know you very well, my darling, but what your card says is your past does not define your future. It's in silver writing, so it's a bit... I know from Facebook that you have had some struggles. And I also know from Facebook that you've put your big girl pants on and that you're actually making a stand. So don't let what's happened in the past stuff up what you're going to do in the future.
And the angel's intention card for you, Jessie Cat, is today I'm open to abundance. And I always laugh because they always do it in beautiful synchronicity between what they give to Annie and I to pass on. Now, sorry, I'm also just getting a message through. I think what we've talked about tonight should really resonate with you because, my girl, you deserve this, right? You deserve this. The universe is saying this. Your guides are saying this. Now you need to be open to it.
Yeah, you've really stepped up, Jess. Really stepped up from what I'm seeing on Facebook. And when I read that stuff, I'm so proud of you. I think you go, girl. Look at you. You're doing a great job. A great job. Suze.
That's lovely, Gail. See, they always come back. They always do answer one way or another if we're open to understand the messages.
Suze, love is always the answer. Now, that's a really weird word, that one. Loving yourself is the beginning to loving anything else. Because if you don't love yourself or appreciate yourself or value yourself, why the bloody hell should anybody else love you, appreciate you, or value you? Because with giving and receiving, you get what you put out. So love is always, always the answer. Kerrie?
And I have in mind, today I choose my responses. And what the guides are bringing through is that situations always occur, but we make a choice as to how we respond to them. So they're asking you to respond from a place of caring for yourself, rather than allowing the emotion, and I'm feeling it in my gut churning emotion, that you feel things very deeply. So they're just asking you to focus on your breathing, right? And today, choose your response so that it doesn't put additional stress on your body.
Nikki. The boundaries upon you are those you believe. Now, if you're putting up boundaries or putting up barriers or feeling you don't deserve things, kick these suckers down. Barriers and boundaries are a really bad thing. So if there are any or you have any, make them go away. Believe in yourself, girl.
Mm-hmm. And I just had 2 cards stick together, Nikki, for you. And the first one from your angels is saying that your intent should be, today I listen with an open heart. And that is very much about letting some of those barriers down and allowing yourself to be open to what is coming into you. And I feel that there's some amazing moments and people and things coming in. So they're asking you to be listen with an open heart. And the other card that came up, which relates very much to it, they're saying, quiet your mind and I am present. So they want you to stay present in the moment, not think about the past, not worry about the future, but appreciate the moment as it's happening right now. And if you do that, you'll find that momentum grows, and I just see lots and lots of amazing things opening up and flowing into you.
Miss Gail. Oops. Be honest with yourself.
Didn't you get that today already?
I think so. I think it wasn't quite so polite.
No.
I had my naughty cards out today. Not sure what that's in relation to. I hope that resonates with you. In terms of what we have just been talking about, you are definitely a giver. Definitely. So maybe if this is around our subject tonight, be honest with yourself and think, what do I need back? What do I need to do that will bring me joy?
And your angel's guidance for you is that the intention that they'd like you to have is to say, today I let go of control and go with the flow. They're encouraging you to hand things over to the universe. We can't control everything. So they're saying, have some faith, have some trust, because the universe and your guides are working with you towards your goals and desires.
The beautiful Maria. This card says beauty. Now, I have seen your picture. I saw it this week, last week.
Mhm.
That's the first time I've actually seen you. And this card really resonates for you because you are a very, very beautiful woman. You and I are kind of around about the same age. And I wouldn't believe that by looking at your picture. You actually look sensational. Now, for you, this card is about grow these angel wings, girl. Appreciate the beauty, both inside and outside, that you have. Don't underestimate yourself. Get out there and shine like the little star that you are. Because there's a very glorious and beautiful woman in there that needs to shine her light on the world.
And the angel's intent card for you, Marie, is today I see all of the blessings in my life. And for you, it's interesting because, again, a lot of these messages are about the giving and receiving tonight as well. So they're resonating with that topic. So there are many things that are blessings in our lives, but you are also a giver and uncomfortable receiving. So they want you to get comfortable with that and accept graciously and accept those blessings because there's so much the universe wants to bring back for you.
I think we have answered.
And then look, AJ, I'm going to be a daisy and said, yes, Miss Daisy. Now, AJ is also incredibly talented with her tarot and with her psychic abilities. We're going to have to get her on as a guest with us one day.
Yeah, we will.
That's Sunshine Daisy Tarot, everybody.
AJ, have faith in yourself. You're getting better at that, girl. I don't know what Kerrie has for you. Let's wait and see.
Says, today I appreciate my delicious and nutritious food. Now, we did enjoy some delicious food today. Some of it nutritious, some of it just indulgent. But if you think about that energy exchange, if you find that you're eating on the run constantly, they're asking you just to take time for that energy exchange to occur so that you're absorbing more of that nutrients because it is part of that energy exchange of giving and receiving.
Bronwyn. Now, my dear heart, I read your teacup today simply because I picked it up and I'm nosy. What I've got for you on my card is magic happens. So I recall you were going home to have some kind of conversation with somebody. So expect that the conversation will result in magic happening.
Okay, so Bronwyn, sorry, I was answering a bubble. Just let me connect for you. Oh, and there it jumps. Oh. And this says, today I focus on the positive. So whilst there's some boundaries that you definitely need to put in place, this is what's coming through. They don't want you so caught up in that focus that you bring your energy down. They also want you to keep your intent, that you focus on the positive things to keep your energy in the right space so you're not drained.
Rach, for Dan, I've got two cards. The first one is about body movement, and the second one is about making music. So for me, this is about he needs to do things like I know his hours, I know how he works, I know what he does. Dan's an ICU nurse, and his hours are horrendous. He's doing 1,000,000-hour shifts. He's also studying at the same time. So I just feel like this is around Remember to have fun. Remember to do things for him. That he needs to go fishing without getting stuck and needing his mother to come and rescue him. But he does need to have fun, not to be so intense around everything that he's got happening at the moment.
And Daniel's my son, and I sort of have avoided reading for my children because sometimes you're just too close to it to see it clearly. I only ever did it once. When I was annoyed at him, I told him something. But anyway, I am going to read for him tonight because the angels just jumped this card out. So it's definitely meant for him. And it aligns with what Annie had come through as well. And it says, for his angel intent, today I nourish my creative spirit. And he has to think so logically and so carefully and has so much responsibility on him in his work life and also with the study, thinking seriously, that he also needs to nourish that creative side of himself as well. So, yeah, that's a little bit, unfortunately, of that crazy Dan that we know and love, Rachel. But that's definitely where they're going with that. And that will keep his energy balanced.
Now, I've just put a bubble up. I don't know who this belongs to. I don't have your name, but what I got for you is family harmony and rainbows and unicorns. Kick up your heels. So that's all about having a good time. It feels like if there has been anything happening, it's all going to settle down and things are going to come good for you.
And the angel's intention card is saying to you, today I let go of all that no longer serves me. So again, they're saying, just put that baggage down and go and ride that unicorn. That's definitely what they're saying for you.
Okay, my darlings, I think we're more or less done.
Oh, it was Susan. There you go.
Ah, there you go, Susie. So thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for tuning in. If you care to, please like, share, and comment. We love your comments. We will have another law for you in a couple of weeks. It's another secret. We make it up as we go along. I just randomly open my little book of laws and Spirit says, yeah, we'll do this one. So thank you all for being with us. Have a wonderful week.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Good night.
Bye-bye.